Hello and welcome to another episode of the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. I'm your host, as always, Dalton Van Pelt Scotch. On the sidelines with me, I have my co-host, the commish, Zachary Stewart. How are you, sir?
I am doing well, fighting a daycare cold brought home by my child. So I am a warrior and I'm here.
Speaking of warriors, Kyle Shanahan created a monster, and his first name is Deebo.
Yeah, that dude good. No, I haven't watched much of the first half. I had a work meeting tonight, and then got home and did dad things. And so I have seen since about 5 minutes into the third quarter. So I'm catching up on highlight stats.
Do me a favor and watch the 57-yard touchdown by Deebo Samuel from the first half.
Okay, the first thing I saw is Kyle Juszczyk getting loose. The first thing I saw was Bobby Wagner destroying this streaker.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was on Facebook when I was messaging you the link. This streaker with like pink dust was running around and ran along the Rams sideline, and here comes Bobby Wagner off the sideline trucking this dude. Great watch.
Here it is. I already found it.
Great stuff.
Oh, lit him up. All right.
Lit him up.
Okay.
Yes, I will
ton
pull
of
up
injuries.
The Deebo one. Yeah. Tons.
Ton of injuries. Starting off the rip. So the way we did this show last year is we would start off with news, but news has been super slow so far this year until now. Starting off the rip, Javonte Williams tears his ACL and LCL. He will be out
and
for
PCL.
the rest of the season. And PCL?
Yeah, tough.
So Melvin Gordon, fire him up.
They just signed someone about an hour ago.
Who'd they sign?
You're gonna hate me. Latavius Murray off the Saints practice squad, and I picked up Latavius Murray on Sunday.
Was he demoted to the practice squad?
Yeah, most guys are reverted back to the practice squad. They can do it twice, based on league rules. But if you elevate them twice, they have to be on the active roster, or you have to cut them. So they elevated Latavius Murray on Sunday or Saturday night for the London game because Kamara was out. I took that opportunity just to pick up Latavius Murray and wanted to see what happened. I mean, if they demoted him, whatever. But I got the notification the Broncos signed Latavius Murray off the Saints practice squad.
It's a good pickup for them.
Yeah.
I'm not that upset because I've got Tyler Algier on Saturday.
Speaking of Tyler Algier.
Yeah, Cordero Patterson placed on IR. Mm-hmm. He was a little bit banged up headed into the week, and the Falcons said, fuck it, we're just going to use it. Oh, explicit. Fuck it, we're just going to use him. So, yeah.
Yeah, looked like it was like a knee scope or something. They do expect him back. Between him and the other rookie, Caleb Huntley. They both got touchdowns this last week. Both going to be.
No, Algier did not score.
Algier did not. Okay, so Caleb Huntley did. Yes. He was activated.
Algier went 10 for 84 on the ground. So
okay, and so he had a touchdown though. Huntley did, and he was promoted from the practice squad Saturday night as well, which means they kind of could see Patterson not doing as much, which was the case. It wasn't himself. So I'm going to put him on IR, which is 3 weeks now, and they can come back after that. Some of the other injuries as we go to the IRL, but it was like the DeAndre Swift injury. Obviously, Jamal Williams is a stud, but it looks like they're going to hold him out through the week 6 bye, but no plan for the IR. So. But with that shoulder injury, and Amon-Ra St. Brown was also out, and which let Josh Reynolds do his thing.
Yes. Dak says he'll be back for week 5. I don't know if we talked about that last week or not, but I wouldn't expect him to be back next week. I would expect a week 6 return, just because that's a bit ambitious.
Ooh, big step. Yeah.
Tua has already been ruled out for week 5 against the Jets.
Yeah, that was tough to watch. That was a tough one. They're definitely going back through the protocols and seeing if something was violated. Obviously, I did see that the unaffiliated NFL neurological consultant has been relieved of his duties. Yeah. But I mean, ultimately, it does fall back to the Dolphins too. I know they did clear him, but the Dolphins could say no. But that's tough. But he's out. It is the Teddy Bridgewater show. Bridgewater did pretty well.
Are you sure it is, or is it the preseason MVP?
No, they're not going to play him.
Why not?
Because they're gonna go with Teddy. They're gonna go with the veteran. They're 3-1. They're not going to hand it over to a rookie.
Teddy 2 gloves.
Teddy 2 gloves. He looked pretty good. I mean, you're gonna get what you get with Teddy, but he looked fine.
Treylon Burks out for an undetermined amount of time at this time.
They said turf toe is what I read.
Jonathan Taylor undergoing further testing for potential high ankle sprain.
Yeah, apparently that came back clean today. Questionable for Thursday night.
See, this is why we talk about this. You already know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, he could be limited. They may give Naheem Hines more run. They may promote, another guy from the practice squad. But or give a little run to the third string running back that's already on the roster. Yeah.
Brian Hoyer with a head injury. I don't know if it was a concussion or what. Bailey Zappi.
Bailey Zappi.
Excuse me.
The Mac Jones lookalike.
Yeah, it's pretty cool seeing Bailey Zappi step in and almost beat the Packers.
Yeah, the Packers might.
That was horrible.
They're bad.
Yeah, that was a horrible display.
Yeah, they didn't show much of that game on Red Zone.
We watched it because I didn't have Red Zone, so I watched some football at work this week. Nice. What are you drinking?
I am drinking Wild Turkey. 101.
Made myself a Cuba Libre with some cherry Coke.
Nice. We had a Manhattan yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. I looked at my pantry. I'm like, oh, bitters. Oh, vermouth. Oh, let's have a Manhattan. So.
All right. IRL football. Thursday night. Obviously, we already talked about it. Tua was knocked out of the game. Raheem Mostert may have supplanted himself as the number 1 running back. Take that how you will in that Miami offense. Tyreek Hill with the big day. Jalen Waddle does get 5 targets, but he doesn't really do much with it. I'm guessing he wasn't targeted very much.
Touchdown, George Kittle.
All right. Touchdown, George Kittle. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase put up plenty of points. Tyler Boyd had a big play, and that's basically it.
Yeah, not a whole lot. Let's see. Foot down. Nope, he's out. Incomplete.
Really?
Yeah, second foot.
I'm like a full minute behind you, I think.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got a notification that said it was confirmed. So
no way. Either way. Yeah, that game was a little wonky.
Oh, no. Oh, I don't know. Did he double tap that back leg? I don't know.
But yeah, the whole thing with Tua that kind of put a damper on, the rest of the game. So
yep, with that.
Hopefully things go good.
Pretty violent head injury. He's laying on the ground. His hands were doing all sorts of craziness.
Yeah, I thought I was talking to Sackett. Like when I saw the hit, I saw his hands. Like I saw one of his hands go messed up. I thought it
was his left hand.
Yeah, I thought he broke his hand or something. And then they showed the replay. I'm like, oh yeah, that sucks. So
okay, they did reverse it. My bad. All right. The Falcons beat the Browns.
That was one of the games I wanted to take the points. Falcons were plus 1.5.
I did take the Falcons.
Nice. Yeah. Obviously, we mentioned Cordell Patterson going down. Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley do a lot of the work. Drake London was quiet. Kyle Pitts was quiet. They just kind of ran the ball, and that was all she really wrote. Cleveland ran the ball. I mean, it was a very slow game. A lot of running the ball. Not a whole lot of highlights in that game.
All right. Arizona, Carolina, a little bit out of order here, but Carolina does lose to Arizona. Very slow first half. It looked like the the Fire Cliff Kingsbury's were about to come out, but then
every first half, everyone's like Fire Cliff Kingsbury, and then all of a sudden, in the second half,
you're the one who
ball.
normally says that.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are saying that, but it's terrible to watch at the first half. It's awful. So bad.
Yeah, Kyler Murray does end up finishing it off nice and strong. Good catch by Marquise Brown in the corner of the end zone. Zach Ertz scores another touchdown. At this point, he is looking at a top 12 fantasy tight end year if he continues at this pace. Dortch was silent. Was Rondale Moore back? I think with both of them being in the offense, it means neither of them is going to produce anymore.
Yeah, good old Rondale Moore stat line: 3 catches for 11 yards.
Yes, and 1 rush for -4 yards.
And that rush was on 4th and 1.
James Conner plays through some injuries. Marquise Brown shows up as the number 1 this time.
Yeah.
Baker played poor.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead with Hollywood.
No, Hollywood. Yeah, he played great.
Baker basically targeted Christian McCaffrey and DJ Moore. We talked about this in the preseason. Baker being there is great for McCaffrey's value because Baker checks it down a lot because, he is a short quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first game he actually checked down to McCaffrey quite a bit. Like the first couple of weeks have been pretty minuscule. And so it was really good to see McCaffrey get that ceiling play. And then I saw one stat, Baker had 9 batted balls.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Probably need to do some scheming on the offensive side to minimize some of that.
Yeah, they're not looking pretty good. I've seen a lot of stuff like they're like, when can Sam Darnold be back?
Jonathan Taylor, 20 rushes for 42 yards as the Colts fall to the Titans. And my prediction that I have said so strongly looks good so far. I really think Tennessee, even though Tannehill is not the most talented quarterback, is still going to win the division. Derrick Henry with a big game. You love to see that. He has been having a slow start to the season. Bobby Trees with the touchdown and 2 touchdowns for Mo Alley Cox, the random Mo Alley Cox game. I feel like Matthew Berry might have called it based on the fact that Matthew Berry loves Mo Alley Cox.
Who doesn't love Mo Alley? Mo Alley.
Just in watching the ticker, I feel like the Colts had a chance to come back and tie this game, and then they squandered it.
Yeah, I didn't see much of this game. Yeah, don't really have much for you.
Michael Gallup makes his return as Cooper Rush moves to 4-0 as the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. He facilitates a win in this one. Micah Parsons terrorizes Carson Wentz. Antonio Gibson gets the bulk of the workload. Jahan Dotson has a nice burner play. Trayvon Diggs played out of his mind. And once again, Cooper Rush facilitates to the playmakers.
I saw some stat. It was like Cooper Rush is the first quarterback to go 4-0 in his first 4 starts since.
No, ever. For the Cowboys, anyway.
Oh, for the Cowboys. Okay.
Yes.
There you go. Cooper Rush versus Dak.
Stop.
Cooper Rush is earning himself another contract.
Yeah. He'll get paid somewhere else probably.
Mm-hmm. I saw one thing. It's like all these people like getting like, because Baker's going to be gone next year in Carolina. it's like, well, who wants to be the next quarterback of the Carolina Panthers? Is it Jacoby Brissett? Is it Cooper Rush? Like whose turn is it to be the quarterback for the Carolina Panthers?
The Fighting Geno Smiths score a crap load of points on the Lions as the Lions cannot defend anything.
Let Geno cook.
Rashad Penny's coming out party. I think he is, I don't know. Maybe some people see him as a sell high. I see it as just getting started. DK Metcalf gets carted off the field to go take a mierda.
A poo.
Yeah, mierda. Will Disley with the touchdown again. And TJ Hawkins goes off. Absolutely
Nuclear.
goes off.
Nuclear. He was on
Any
the bench.
takeaways?
He was on the bench in our league.
Oh, really? Yikes.
That's
People
a
don't read
damn
headlines,
award.
apparently.
That's a
Yeah.
damn award if I've ever seen one.
If you read headlines, you should have known TJ Hawkinson was a must start this week.
Yeah.
Jamal Williams, touchdowns, man. That's all he does.
Studies.
He's going to score at least 10 touchdowns this year.
I was reading stuff in the offseason. People were comparing him to being this year's James Conner.
He has 6 touchdowns on the ground already.
Yeah, it's wild.
That is as many as his last 3 seasons combined.
Dude, I mean, he's so good. He's a good player.
Okay. Like we talked about earlier, Green Bay almost fumbles the rock.
We'll go back to that.
Go ahead.
We talked last week. Remember, they were 5.5 point favorites.
The
Lions? Yeah.
I think it swung all the way to the Seahawks by the time Sunday rolled around. Let me check.
That's a huge closing line because I wanted to take the Seahawks in that. That's wild.
I know this line is somewhere. I just can't find it.
Yeah,
3.5 was the Lions before the game started.
Wow. So two full points. That's a lot.
Yeah. The Packers almost fumbled the bag against Patriots and Bailey Zappi. Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson are effective in this game. Damian Harris with the touchdown. Devontae Parker gets a touchdown, but no receivers really did anything for the Patriots specifically. Alan Lazard 6 for 116. Romeo Dobbs 5 for 47 and a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers looked very ineffective in this one. Aaron Jones 110 yards on the ground.
Yeah, Aaron Jones is the guy you want. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, obviously both the Packers receivers had a good day, so we'll see if that
running backs, you mean?
Yeah, I mean the guy that you want in general.
You can play both running backs still.
Yeah, I mean, you can play both running backs. I feel more confident in Aaron Jones, but also like we'll see what you can get from the receivers. I'm not sure if this is going to continue, like where 2 of them can be sustainable, but it's very possible. I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers, so he could do what he wants.
Okay, moving on to the Chargers and the Texans. The Chargers scored all of their points in the first half. Well, except for the final touchdown. They almost gave this one away.
Mm-hmm.
They just let Houston and the Fighting Davis Mills creep back into this one. Brandon Cooks with a salvageable day. Dameon Pierce with a huge run.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Williams and Gerald Everett contribute with the Keenan Allen less. Chargers, Austin Eckler goes the fuck off too.
Yeah. When Pierce was running that like 50-yard touchdown, it gave me flashback. 75. It gave me flashbacks of because he wears 31 and my boy David Johnson. I got flashbacks.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, he looked so good. And the number 31. Oh, here's the Deebo touchdown. Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah, that's super dirty.
Oh, he made so many guys miss.
Minnesota Saints at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, UK, North London. That is, fly into London and you take a bus north to Tottenham Hotspur.
Are you through?
Yeah, I fluctuated between multiple accents in that, as I always do. The Vikings come back with a game-winning field goal after Will Lutz nails a 60-yarder.
Sorry, there was a fight on the sideline.
Oh, was there? I've got
a couple
some
Rams.
lag going on in my my stream. I'm gonna restart what I got going on.
Yeah, the Saints were down a lot of players. We had the red rifle starting at QB. So that was fun watching Andy Dalton take a turn. Kamara was out. Michael Thomas was out. It was the Chris Olave show.
Yep.
Latavius Murray got the touchdown. Mark Ingram got a little banged up.
Justin Jefferson,
man. Like that. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, he did that week 1. Weeks 2 and 3 were tough on him. But man, he got the best of Marcus Lattimore.
Thielen's a flex play in the right matchup, so I think he's matchup dependent the rest of the year.
Yeah, it was a bummer. Dalvin Cook came back. He didn't get the touchdown. Madison got the touchdown. Yeah. Jefferson had like a 40% target share, 51% of the air yards. It was like, that's how you got to use him. He's unguardable, except for Darius Slay. But that's more of a Kirk Cousins problem.
Giants take care of business against the Bears. Daniel Jones does exit in this one with a bit of an ankle injury. It doesn't look like it's too big of a deal. He does have 2 rushing touchdowns on the ground. Danny Dimes scrambles all over the place. Saquon Barkley, big day.
Career high in carries.
He does not score touchdowns.
Career high in carries.
Where did they get their touchdowns from? Did they have any?
Yes.
They had 2. There's both the Daniel Jones rushing touchdowns and then Graham Gano with the finishing touches. The Bears are bad.
Darnell Mooney sighting.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney sighting. 4 for 94. That's a good day. But I believe he did not have a fumble. I don't know why I thought that. Khalil Herbert was a little bit stymied, but he had about 10 points, which is fine.
Another wide receiver screen by Deebo. Just linebackers out there. Yeah.
Jacksonville, they can play. All right. They go up against the Eagles. The Eagles do take care of business. Jalen Hurts, if he doesn't score a rushing touchdown, it's a disappointment. It's basically what's been happening. Miles Sanders, without Boston Scott, Miles Sanders takes the load.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns
in the offense. AJ Brown, 5 for 95. You like to see that. Javonte Smith with the disappointing game after the monster game last week.
Sorry, Ramsey and Ayuk are going at it.
Yep, I see that.
They won't let go of each other's face masks.
Really not much to speak about on the Jags side of the ball.
No, it's kind of just a lot of turnovers. Lawrence had 4 fumbles. So that's tough. Sorry, there's a lot of chippiness going on right now.
There's a bunch of weird shit going on. Robert Saleh puts on a master class against Mike Tomlin. Zach Wilson has a bad day, but does get a receiving touchdown. Passed to him by Braxton Berrios. Breece Hall with the game. I don't know if the touchdown was the game winner.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Breece Hall with the game-winning touchdown, 16 seconds left in the game. He kind of surpassed Michael Carter in this game, but it's a hot hand going on in
I think he finally surpassed him.
You think?
Definitely.
Fair enough. I didn't see any of this game. Najee Harris, 18 for 74, but 0 targets, which is weird for him. Kenny Pickett sighting. How do you feel about that, Zach? Break it down for us.
I was thoroughly surprised. I was said here last week that they're not going to bench Trubisky.
And
I
then
mean,
they did.
at least not before the bye. But they came out today and said Kenny Pickett is our starter.
Did they?
They said we're moving forward with Kenny Pickett.
Big news.
Kenny Pickett, 2 rushing touchdowns.
3 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, but if you go look at his passer rating, not his passer rating, but his which one is it? He had like a 73. Is that passer rating or QBRs?
So out of 100 is QBR.
Yeah, his QBR was like 73.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, so if you go watch it, so one pick was his fault, but you can't have a QBR with 73 without, playing well. So Claypool dropped one, went off his hands, intercepted, and then his last interception was a missed kick. There you go.
Yeah, missed kick by Robbie Gould.
And his last interception was a 60-yard Hail Mary in the end zone. So those are the two of his picks were, one should have been caught. The other one was, desperation Hail Mary. But I mean, they moved the ball pretty well. So interesting to see. I'm excited as a Steelers fan. I was still pretty excited in the offseason about Trubisky. I thought, he was, okay.
He figured it out, or
I thought he figured it out. I mean, you spend an off season and or a whole season, you're working with Josh Allen, you're working with Brian Daboll, a bunch of good players and coaches. But I mean, didn't pan out. Maybe he'll make me eat my words. I mean, I wasn't in on Kenny Pickett. I thought they should have took the other guy, Malik Willis. Obviously, they didn't. So hopefully they're right, and that's why they're the professionals. But I wanted a little bit different. But Pickett is pretty mobile too. So we'll have to wait and see what that does to the target share, because George Pickens got targeted out the ass.
Yeah, and I think that has to do with the backup quarterback effect. Like I always talk about, when you bring your quarterback in who's worked a lot with the
other
third,
rookies,
fourth, fifth string wide receivers, they're going to target the shit out of him because they trust them.
Mm-hmm.
Same reason why Noah Brown was targeted like crazy when Cooper Rush first took over.
He was targeted pretty well with Dak too, though, that first week. Either way, I mean, good players shine no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Raiders,
interesting to see though.
Sorry. Raiders get off the schneid against the Broncos. This was like a must win for the Raiders. They love Josh Jacobs again. I don't know.
Yeah, that game was weird. Obviously, Javonte got hurt. Devontae Adams 9 for 100. Sutton, decent game. Judy caught a touchdown. But yeah, it's Josh Jacobs' show. 28 carries, two tutties. What?
Yeah. If you look at the Broncos box score, it is so weird. Russell Wilson, 17 for 25, 237, 2 touchdowns, 124.9 quarterback rating, 4 carries, 29 yards, and a rushing touchdown. But they only had 16 rushing attempts from someone who wasn't Russell Wilson for like no yards. Russell Wilson actually was the leading rusher in this game. And then like each receiver had 50 yards. It's just a weird box score to look at if you look at all the numbers. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, really, it was really a weird game to watch. Still, it's Broncos are weird.
Yeah.
Like,
this was a Hunter Renfrow less game, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A game I did see a lot of was the matchup of the morning. Bills take care of business against the Ravens. Much speculation on whether or not the Ravens should have gone for it on 4th down when they were in the red zone. The worst possible scenario happened on that play. Lamar Jackson threw an interception, and then it was a touchback, moved him back to the 20. You either wanted a touchdown or an incompletion on that play, and it haunted them.
Sorry, my earbud fell out. Was that the interception in the
end zone?
In the end zone at the very end. Yeah, that one was tough. I didn't quite agree going for it. I understand the logic. I mean, if you get it, you score the touchdown. If you don't, they're got to go 99 yards. But I mean, you could have kicked the field goal and at least gone up 3.
It was the fear of Josh Allen. Even though the weather was absolutely terrible in Baltimore, they were so afraid of Josh Allen that they had to go for it.
And that's how you lose games. You're so afraid. Like, yeah, terrible.
2 J.K. Dobbins touchdowns.
Yep.
Just like most of the other games we saw this weekend, the ball got spread around a lot for the Bills. Stephon Diggs with 10 points, which is salvageable. I don't know what Josh Allen's fantasy point total ended up being, but he had 13 points just on the ground.
Yeah, I think he had like 28, 29.
Not bad.
Like that.
Finally, Kansas City takes care of business against the Buccaneers. I don't remember what my lock was.
It's this game right now. You have Rams +2.
Oh, okay. That was my my lock. Did we say it had to be an underdog lock or just
pick 6?
Yeah, he's gone. That's the that Samoan dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's huge and fast. It's a good combination. I actually don't know if he's Samoan. That might have been kind of insensitive.
I mean, I was surprised you took LA +2 with McVay's struggles against Shanahan.
I just said it's the Rams.
Yeah.
Chiefs take care of business against the Buccaneers 41-31. This was a no-brainer in my mind.
Start to finish. Yeah.
No way. There was only 6 rushing attempts by the Buccaneers.
Yep. Lenny went 3 for -3 in the first half.
And that's what he ended on.
Yeah. But he caught 7 for 60-ish.
7 and a touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown.
Mike Evans with the 2 touchdowns. One of them was a goal line or like a goal line situation.
Cup didn't come back to that ball.
Hufuanga or something.
He sniffed out the wide receiver screen and Cup just stayed there. Yikes.
Travis Kelce with the big day. Get a lot of work in the red zone. And then Pat kind of just mixed it around. Sky Moore got a couple targets later in the game that were substantial. CEH is good all of a sudden.
Yeah. I told you.
It's just, he scared me. All right.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't get it. I mean, I liked him. I just didn't get him enough.
Matchups that mattered, unless there's anything else you'd like to talk about from week 4.
No, I am good to go.
I was lucky to score 100 points as my team is just, I don't know, man. I thought I was being cute with the Michael Carter playing the matchups. I haven't started Jeff Wilson 2 out of the 3 weeks he's been the starter, and that's proved to be very dumb. He will find his way into my lineup next week. Luke is good at fantasy football. As much as it pains me to say that.
Luke is rolling again. He's at
holy crap.
What?
Did not realize how close the Lean and Heath matchup is. It's our next matchup that matters. Lean is currently down by 0.44 against Heath. Who is in action? Is it just Matt Gay?
He needs a kicker points, which the only way he's getting kicker points is if they score touchdowns now.
Yeah, because they're not going to kick field goals because they don't matter.
That could be the closest matchup of the year. It will be.
1 point from Matt Gay in garbage time or time that matters, and Lean wins and moves to 2-2, knocks you to 1-3.
If they kick the extra point, then they may have to go for 2.
Oh God. Yeah, this is we're just gonna be watching this with bated breath the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's tough. And Heath had Kamara in his lineup. So late
play.
Yeah, late scratch. Yep. Happens. London game, late scratch. He was actually on a flight back from Hawaii. And they were up all night traveling, went to bed, and I talked to
He
him.
would have blown away this game if he would have paid attention because Josh Jacobs would have been his only other option.
Yeah, that'd been fine. Yeah,
He would
He
have
should-
blown
he-
away.
yeah, he should squeak it out.
I don't know. Just waiting for 1 point from Matt Gay.
Blaster takes care of business.
Against Dark Horse. Dark Horse falls to 1-3.
Blaster gets
A
to
lot
2
of
and
parity
2.
this year.
So you fall to 1-3. Luke goes to 4-0.
Yep.
We'll wait and see what happens with Lean, and Lean could go to 1-3.
Lean's gonna win.
I see. I don't think he is. But
yourself gets a win against Drew. You move to 3-1. Drew moves down to 2-2. You stop Drew's hot start. He will be starting Trevor Lawrence next week unless he makes another move. Another person who didn't read headlines, he had Josh Reynolds on the bench in the week that you actually want to start him.
Yeah, and he picked him up this week. I mean, I just like my team, they just can't score touchdowns, man. I mean, I got one from McCaffrey and one from Hollywood, but I'm living in the 120s, and that's not good.
It's not good. You need to be living in the 140s.
Well, I mean, I'm in the 120s, so my guys are they're productive. They're just not getting the touchdowns, which is tough.
Sackett makes a bunch of moves, and this week it pays off. 141 points against Cole's 82 points. Cole was 3-0 heading into this week, so that is kind of shocking.
Yeah, he loses Javonte, but he was out. No Keenan Allen, no Hunter Renfrow, no Amon-Ra St. Brown. So tough for him.
Who were Sackett's trade?
Tyreek Hill and Deebo Samuel.
That's who he acquired?
Yep. So that was about 47 points.
50 points almost. And that's the difference. That's funny. He always finds a way.
Always finds a way.
Yep. Brinkman stays undefeated against Patrick, 174 to 157. Yep. I do believe this one is over. Yes, it is.
He's the one that Brinkman had Hawkinson on the bench.
Didn't matter. He would have scored 200.
Brinkman now has the highest point total of the season, 174 and counting. Previous high score was 169. So
Earn it out for Matty. Stafford goes to no one. Anyway.
Patrick puts up a hell of a day, 157. But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, makes him 0-4. I did the research. No 0-4 team in our league has ever made the playoffs. Nine teams have been 0-4. 0 for 9. And this goes for Sackett too. Only 1-3 team has ever made the playoffs. So,
So it might. Well, there's a bunch of 1-3 teams this year.
Yes,
it might be time for Pat to start shaking it up.
Well, he did just make the trade. He traded for T. Higgins,
which is good.
Yeah, played Miles Sanders. He had a good day.
Oh, he scored 157 points.
Yeah,
he has nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins is back too. So.
But yeah, there's no way that Lean ain't gonna catch him. There's 4 minutes to go. They're gonna have to score. What are they down? 8, down 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
Or are they down? They're down 15. So I guess they have to kick one extra point.
It'd be interesting to see. Anyway, let's talk about. Oh, there's a Matthew Stafford pass to Skowronek. I don't know how to spell it.
Ben Skowronek.
Let's talk about the bets from week 4. It was a clean sweep for your boy. That almost never happens.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
The line I made for Antonio Gibson's rushing yards was really good.
Yeah, it was terrible.
46.5. And he rushed for 49. It doesn't get much closer than that.
You got the clean sweep in the bets. I did get the lock of the week. You did not.
What was the lock? What was your lock?
Arizona plus 1.5.
Oh, okay.
So,
I believe it's your turn to make the bets.
Yes, I wanted to take a quick dive into all the under overs we had and the ones that we split on. So I believe we both had Titans under 9. So you said that they were going to win the
Under 9
division.
for what?
Wins.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hmm.
I think you still had them winning the division, though. I don't know how that's possible, but
It is. Just
okay.
unlikely.
The ones we differed on. Under over Dallas 10. You had the over.
This still looks good.
I have the under. You had Chargers over 10. I had the under. I had the over 9 for the Vikings. You had the under. The two that are going to bite you in the butt are you had under 9.5 for the Eagles. I had the over. Then I had the over on the Giants 7. You had the under. Those are where we split.
Still very early, but those will be fun to watch as
Yeah, those will be fun
as
to
the
watch.
dominoes fall.
The one that we definitely missed. Let's see. Trying to see what one we definitely missed on.
Miami.
We had under 9. That'll be close. Patriots over 8.5.
I think it's still way too early to tell, but
Yeah.
it is nice to know what we differed on.
Bengals over 10. That was probably a bad one. Okay. Those are the closest ones.
All right. Line it up for us.
All right. Let me pull up DraftKings. I was looking at everything today.
Ooh, it's kind of hard to find a lock looking at these matchups.
I know there's some ugly ones. There's some ugly ones. Give me 1 second. My game is frozen, so I'm relying on you.
2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. 4th and 10. Stafford completes the Cooper Cup. First down in the red zone.
Do you see the Pittsburgh line? 14.
Yeah.
You see, it's the money line is minus 950 for Buffalo.
Yeah, it's not worth touching.
Plus 650 for the Steelers money line. There's a lot of big spreads.
Stafford throws to Allen Robinson in the corner of the end zone. It is incomplete. Mosley on the coverage. 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Second down.
All right. Should we start with the locks of the week so we don't touch those games?
Who gets to go first? Because I have mine.
I picked lock of the week first last time since it's your bets. So you can pick your lock of the week first.
Give me the Chargers -3.
Okay. Chargers -3. And my lock of the week. I'm gonna go.
What are you gonna go? Stafford drops back, passes incomplete, almost intercepted by Fred Warner. Rams live to go another play. Minute 58 seconds left. Third down. I am filling time while Zachary looks through these spreads, so he doesn't look like a fool. There might have been a holding call there called, but no call. Zebra was staring. Crew chief, that is, with the white hat. Minute 58 seconds. Commercial break. 2-minute warning.
All right. My lock of the week will be none other than the Vikings -7 at home against the Bears.
All right.
That's a big one, but I feel pretty comfortable in that one. All right, here. So you get the next pick since we're still doing that. Let's see here. There's so many big spreads.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough week.
Yeah. So you're going Chargers -3 there. We'll stay off that one. Whew, God, there's so many big spreads.
You can get +14.5 for the Rams at +125 right now.
+14.5.
That means if the Rams score, you win.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I think I'm going to do that. I think the Rams are going to score.
All right, here you go. This one will be fun. You get to pick first. Philly is -5, 5-point road favorites at Arizona.
Sorry, I was making a bet on the Rams to score. So one more time. Philly is 5-point.
Philly is 5-point favorites on the road at Arizona. That's a fun one.
Is it 5 or 5.5?
5.
Give me the Cardinals and the points.
Cardinals and the points. Okay, I'll take Philadelphia. All right, this one, it was almost my lock of the week, but I saved it for a bet because I wanted this one either way. So I almost got 2 locks of the week because I get to pick first. So give me the New York Jets +3 at home against the Dolphins.
With a backup.
All
right, I'll take the Dolphins -3.
Okay. And for the last one, be a fun one. You get a pick.
Stafford steps back. Fumble. Maybe.
When you like to bet like these, do you like close ones or like big ones?
I personally bet
you like the 1.5
ones,
2.
Yeah, I like to bet the close ones because I like to stick with the money line and just bet the close ones.
It's just there's so many, like let's see
how many large ones.
There's only I count
Titans
1.
Commanders is a close one.
That's the only close one. That's the only one within 2.5.
Lions Patriots is a weird one, but I feel like +3 for the Lions is a no-brainer.
Yeah, that's a pretty big no-brainer.
Yeah.
All right, this one's a fun one. Here you go. Your choice. Ravens -3 at home against the Bengals.
That is so rough.
That's a tough one. There's no other close games I really want to bet.
Give me the Ravens. I don't feel great about it, but I feel like the Ravens are a better team.
Okay, I will take the Bengals +3. But there's just there's just too many big spreads. Like I didn't want to take Kansas City Raiders 7, Jacksonville 7.5-point favorites, Saints 6-point favorites, Tampa 8-point favorites.
The Saints are a 6-point favorite
against the Seahawks.
Oh, they get Jameis back. All right.
Yeah.
6 is too many.
Packers are 7.5. I mean, there's just way too many big spreads. So
Seahawks at +190 might not be a bad sprinkle.
That's a pretty good bet. Yeah, that's a sprinkle bet. All right. Those are the bets.
And those are the bets. I don't think there's really much else to talk about in this episode. Playoff baseball does start on Friday. You know your boy is going to be all about that. I will do a short, quick recap on Monday of what happened over the weekend.
Okay. How much time left in that game?
We're on commercial right now. It's just under the 2-minute warning.
Okay. Quick preview then.
Thinking? Oh, quick preview. That's right. Yeah. I always forget this part.
Quick preview. We have Jailhouse Rock Bowl. Lean and Dalton.
He smoked me in our work league this
week.
Two
1-3 teams. I'm calling it. Lean's gonna lose. So 2 1-3 teams fighting for their life. Next week, early projections have you in the lead. I get Dark Horse. Early projections for me. We have Brinkman 3-0 versus Blaster. Projections actually have Brinkman very close. We have another bowl game. We have Luke and Cole
Apparently, NFL.com hates Cole's team, but I see why, because he's got a lot of injury concerns.
Yeah, he's got now Javonte out, a couple guys, so that'll be interesting. We have Heath and Sackett.
Another hated team by NFL.com.
Yes, well, he's got
injuries.
Patterson, Bateman's a little banged up, so
it sucks that the top 2 running backs in most waiver wire columns will already be on rosters.
Which are what? Jamal Williams and
no, because Jamal Williams should have been picked up last week. It'll be Algier and Murray.
Yeah, I got lucky on the Murray one. Like, wasn't even.
And I got lucky on the Algier one because I saw he was dropped by you, I believe. He's just been a hot name, and
I dropped him.
Eh,
I drafted him, and then Patrick picked him up.
Oh, okay. And then Pat dropped him, and I was like, he's a better stash than DeAndre Carter, so I might as well pick him up.
Yep. And then the last matchup of next week is Patrick and Drew,
which Pat must win.
Mm-hmm.
He has to.
Yeah. But
this is the end of the show.
Oh, okay. That's quick.
Right?
Are there still game left in that or no?
Is there what left in what?
Oh, the Rams one. I was waiting to see if.
Oh yeah, no. It might have been ruled a fumble actually.
And with that,
I think that's the end of the show.